Well, Buckingham Palace has announced the death in the royal family. Some big news out of there this morning. It comes as Prince William pulls out of a memorial service.
Some breaking news for you now. Thomas Kingston, the husband of Prince and Princess Michael of Kent's daughter, Lady Gabriella Kingston, died from a traumatic head wound, and a gun was found near his body. An inquest.
William didn't or couldn't, so it must be something incredibly important.
Well, that's right. Prince William lives about a stone's throw away from where that memorial service happened. It wouldn't take him very long at all to get there. The service lasted an hour. There was a reception afterwards in the Great Hall, but he could have quite easily skipped that. But it was obviously so last minute that his name was still in the order of service yesterday. I was there at Windsor looking through it, and it still said Prince of Wales. Now, in the end, in the event,
Thomas Kingston's sudden death shocked everyone, leaving behind unanswered questions and a sense of mystery. Initially, whispers of a tragic accident circulated, while some suggested a health condition was to blame. But what if the truth was far more disturbing than anyone could have imagined? As more details emerge, the real cause of Kingston's demise is proving to be more terrifying than any theory floated by friends or the media. The deeper we dive, the darker this tale becomes. So get ready to uncover the chilling details behind the death of Thomas Kingston, a story that reveals how terrifying reality can truly be. But before that, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's dig deeper. Thomas Henry Robin Kingston, born in Evesham, Worcestershire, was the son of William Martin Kingston and Jill Mary Kingston, née Back. His life story weaves the essence of Britain's changing society, blending humble origins with a hint of aristocratic influence. On his father's side, William Martin Kingston was known as a self-made man who rose from a background rooted in Cheshire's butchery and farming. This history reflects a legacy of hard work and determination, values deeply embedded in the fabric of rural England. Though the Kingston family didn't originate from nobility, their journey speaks to the spirit of ambition and perseverance. Through grit and resilience, they carved out a path that mirrors the aspirations of countless English families striving for better lives. On his mother's side, the touch of aristocratic lineage added an intriguing layer to a family story marked by both tradition and progress. The tragic circumstances surrounding Thomas Henry Robin Kingston's death reveal a haunting and deeply distressing series of events. On February 25, 2024, while visiting his parents in the idyllic Cotswolds, Gloucestershire, Kingston shared a pleasant lunch with his family before his father left to walk the dogs. Upon his return, a chilling discovery awaited him. Thomas was nowhere to be found inside the house. After 30 minutes of anxious searching, his mother, sensing something was terribly wrong, began looking for him on the property. Her search led to an outbuilding, which was mysteriously locked. With fear mounting and no response from Kingston, his father forcefully entered the outbuilding. Inside, he encountered a heart-wrenching scene. Thomas lay lifeless, having sustained a catastrophic head injury. A gun was also present, intensifying the horror and raising pressing questions about the exact nature of his death. The ensuing 999 call, placed by a distraught family member, summoned paramedics and police to the scene. Investigators swiftly focused on the presence of the firearm and the specifics of the injury as they tried to unravel the tragic sequence of events. As news of Kingston's untimely death spread, his family and friends were left devastated, struggling to come to terms with such an unimaginable loss. The serene Cotswolds, known for its peaceful countryside, became the backdrop for a sorrowful family tragedy, shattering the calm with echoes of grief. The heartbreaking complexities of Kingston's death continue to stir unanswered questions, leaving those who knew him grappling with the profound impact of this tragic and deeply unsettling event. Following the tragic death of Thomas Kingston, a post-mortem examination was conducted to determine the exact cause. Dr. Jones, a consultant histopathologist, led the examination, playing a vital role in uncovering the details surrounding Kingston's demise. The findings revealed that the primary cause of death was a traumatic head wound, listed as 1A, indicating it was the direct cause. The identification process and the establishment of the cause of death are essential steps in any inquest. Dr. Jones' report, combined with the circumstances of Kingston's death, provided the necessary information for the coroner to officially open an inquest. Despite the heartbreak, investigators concluded that Kingston's death was not suspicious, ruling out foul play or criminal involvement based on the evidence. Thomas Kingston's private funeral was a poignant and significant event, attended by numerous distinguished members of the British aristocracy and the royal family. The service took place at the Royal Chapel in St. James's Palace in London, with about 140 close friends and family members present. The large attendance reflected the deep respect and affection held for Kingston. Lady Gabriella's parents, Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, were among the mourners, showing the close-knit ties within the royal circle. The presence of the Prince of Wales added gravitas to the event, emphasizing the shared grief within the royal family. As the heir to the throne, his attendance not only highlighted the importance of the occasion, but also served as a symbolic gesture of support for Lady Gabriella and her family during their time of profound loss. This solemn gathering underscored the unity and strength within the royal family as they navigated this difficult chapter together, mourning a life cut tragically short. After the funeral service, a reception was held at St. James's Palace, offering a chance for attendees to honor Thomas Kingston's memory in a more personal setting. This was followed by a private cremation, respecting the family's wish for privacy during this challenging period. Notably, King Charles and Queen Camilla were absent from the funeral. King Charles, Lady Gabriella's second cousin, was unable to attend due to his ongoing cancer treatment, which has limited his public appearances. Nevertheless, the King and Queen sent their most heartfelt thoughts and prayers to the Kingston family, a meaningful gesture that reflected their support despite being unable to attend. Queen Camilla's absence was also attributed to her hosting a Women of the World reception at Buckingham Palace. This commitment highlights her dedication to championing women's issues and gender equality, demonstrating her focus on royal duties even amid personal family matters. The future Queen Consort, Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, was also not present at the funeral. Although her absence was not explained, it indicates the royal family's careful balancing of personal and public responsibilities, ensuring that their duties are fulfilled while managing personal grief. The absence of key royal figures like King Charles, Queen Camilla, and the Princess of Wales illustrates the complexities faced by the royal family in balancing their public obligations with private sorrow. Their sincere messages of condolence provided emotional support, emphasizing the strong bonds within the family despite the physical distances during such times. These expressions of solidarity highlighted the royal family's ability to navigate the difficult intersection between public service and personal loss, preserving their unity through heartfelt gestures. The passing of Thomas Henry Robin Kingston has cast a profound shadow over both his immediate family and the broader royal circle, leaving a deep sense of grief and loss. The heartfelt sorrow expressed in the joint statement released by his widow, Lady Gabriella Windsor, alongside his family, reveals the depth of his impact on their lives. The statement encapsulates their overwhelming sadness. It is with the deepest sorrow that we announce the death of Thomas Kingston, our beloved husband, son, and brother. Tom was an exceptional man who lit up the lives of all who knew him. His death has come as a great shock to the whole family, and we ask you to respect our privacy as we mourn his passing. These words not only reflect the pain and loss felt by Kingston's loved ones, but also emphasize what a remarkable person he was. Described as exceptional, it's evident that Kingston's presence left a lasting imprint on those who had the privilege of knowing him, bringing light and joy into their lives. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace also released a message underscoring the significance of Kingston's death within the royal family. A spokesperson for the palace shared, "The King and Queen have been informed of Thomas's death and join Prince and Princess Michael of Kent and all those who knew him in mourning a much-loved member of the family. Their Majesties send their most heartfelt thoughts and prayers to Gabriella and the Kingston family." This response highlights Kingston's close ties with senior members of the royal family. The King and Queen's sincere sympathy and respect for him illustrate how cherished and valued he was within the royal circle. His passing has not only affected his immediate family, but has also rippled through the wider royal family, showing that Kingston was much more than just a relative by marriage. He was a beloved and integral part of their lives. Thomas Kingston's life was defined by influential connections and a reputation for being a person of remarkable character. His unexpected passing has undoubtedly sent shockwaves, leaving a deep void in the hearts of his family and friends. The family's request for privacy during this difficult time highlights the deeply personal nature of their grief, despite the public's interest in their lives. The heartfelt tributes from both his immediate family and the royal circle provide a glimpse into the high esteem in which Kingston was held. They paint a portrait of a man known for his warmth, kindness, and the positive impact he had on those around him. As loved ones mourn his loss, The expressions of sorrow shared publicly reflect the lasting legacy he leaves behind. The news of Thomas Henry Robin Kingston's passing, first reported by The Telegraph, has saddened many across the communities he touched. Lord Frederick Windsor, Lady Gabriella Windsor's brother, personally reached out to inform Kingston's closest friends, underscoring the depth of loss felt by those who knew him intimately. The grief over Kingston's death is palpable among those who cherished him. A close acquaintance shared their sorrow with The Telegraph, saying, "We are so devastated by the news. Everyone loved him. He was kind, charming, and truly decent, one of the last real English gentlemen. It's beyond tragic and impossible to comprehend." These words capture the immense respect and admiration Kingston commanded, portraying him as a figure of timeless decency and charm, beloved by all who had the privilege of knowing him. In remembering Kingston, these sentiments emphasize not only the man he was, but also the profound impact he had on the lives of those around him, making his loss even more difficult to bear. The passing of Thomas Kingston left a profound impact on the local community, where his presence was cherished. The local submaster, a key figure in village life, shared the collective grief felt by all. "We are deeply saddened by this tragic news. They are a kind, gentle family who contribute so much to the village and the church. They've always been a big part of our community." Thomas Kingston's regular visits to the local shop, where he was warmly greeted by familiar faces, reveal the friendly and approachable nature he carried with him. The submaster recalled, "Thomas would drop by often. I last saw him a few months ago. He was a gentle soul, much like his father. Everyone is in shock. It's really sad and still so fresh." These words capture Kingston's kind-hearted personality and the strong ties he and his family had within the community. The legacy of kindness and warmth that his father passed down is evident in Kingston's interactions with those around him. The image of Kingston as a familiar face in the village, always taking the time for a friendly chat, paints a picture of a man deeply rooted in the everyday life of his community. The shock and sorrow expressed by those who knew him reflect the depth of Kingston's presence in their lives. His death represents not just a personal loss to his family and close friends, but a communal one felt by all who crossed paths with him. The submaster's words, "It's really sad and very fresh," echo the rawness and immediacy of the grief that has enveloped the community in the wake of this unexpected loss. Thomas Henry Robin Kingston's passing marks a significant loss for his family, friends, and the wider community. The heartfelt tributes to his gentle character and the suddenness of his departure underscore the meaningful role he played in the lives of many, leaving behind cherished memories of his kindness, charm, and gentle spirit.